What up, everybody? This is Mitch Durrell, and before we get into the video, okay, just hear me out. I got 3 huge favors to ask, okay? 3 typical YouTube favors, okay? So one, can you hit the like button, okay? The like button, just that little thumbs up. You just click that real quick. We'd appreciate that. Second thing, can you hit the subscribe button, okay? I know it's a lot to ask. I know you subscribe. You know, you're really, really stingy with who you subscribe to, but I promise you will not regret it if you could subscribe to us. And the third thing, if you could hit the bell, just so you'll be notified anytime we post anything, okay? So those 3 favors, I'll be forever indebted to you. I appreciate it, okay? And while you're at it, if you could go ahead and go and check out my guys at tbk247.com as we change the culture for God. Peace. I wasn't aware of the answer to this. This might be something that people know, but I'm assuming you started off as a Christian artist before venturing into battle rap. Is that true?
Yeah. I mean, so I never was like, unfortunately, I was never like super disciplined with making music. So, but there was something that people gravitated towards, because for me, I was always the guy who just wanted to have like a handful of acapellas,
right,
just ready to rap. So like, I mean, if you ask like anybody outside of Flavor Fest, outside of Legacy Conference, like Loso was just outside just rapping. I was just rapping all the time. And so when I did so for instance, my first step, I guess, in my introduction to CHH, although people kind of knew me because HGA was just rolling around everywhere together, and then KB ended up getting signed and stuff like that. So like people kind of knew me because of the affiliation, but their first introduction to me was the Rapzilla Legacy Conference, right? And so it was a 16-bar competition. That was in 2013, I want to say. And they stopped doing it because it was too, like, I guess, worldly or whatnot. Right. But it was dope. It was fruitful, bro. It was one of the. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, this is my shot. This is what I'm supposed to do. Saga, I don't think he was. I think he was rapping, but he didn't submit anything. A-Ward made a submission and didn't get picked.
Right.
And which is ridiculous, because he probably was like 10 times better than the other guys who were in there. And then Street Hymns gets in there, right? So Street Hymns and I both get in there, and so this is my introduction to Christian hip hop.
Right.
Long story short, I ended up winning that competition, and from there I started dropping these like freestyles on like really big popular beats at the time. So I think Andy Minio's second project was out at this time, like Saints, when he came out with the song Saints, and I forgot Heroes for Sale. When Heroes for Sale came out, I did something on that. I did something on KB track. I did something on the Lecrae track. So like I was rapping, I was kind of almost trying to accomplish what Lil Wayne used to do with his mixtape. And just murder it on my end. And so people would want to hear my version a little bit. So I was doing that, and people were hearing it. And from there I was getting booked. I was getting booked for shows, and like, you know, opening up for certain people. And you know, Flame had tried to sign me for on his record. So he had signed Young Noah. I was gonna be signed to Clear Sight at the time. But didn't have, you know, I just never followed up with him, never followed through with that.
That's crazy.
Moving forward, moving forward, you know, I started putting out like mixtape stuff periodically, but never put together like singles or nothing like that. Until I want to say maybe about like 2015, and then I finally released a single. So I was a CHH artist, but even then I didn't know how to necessarily market myself, because I just didn't have any back. At this time, HGA had already broke up. I didn't really have any relationships with any of those guys. And so it was kind of just me by myself. But that same year is where I started battle rapping. And so, but the thing about it though, Mitch, this is what I tell people all the time. When it comes to Christian hip hop, I feel like I am a Christian hip hop historian. I love Christian hip hop. If you ask me, am I a Christian battler? Am I a Christian rapper? I say yes all the time. Like, I don't know if Christian rap embraces Loso, but Loso embraces Christian rap. You know what I'm saying? And so now I may not necessarily know the guys who are in today. Like sometimes Amanda, like, you know, she tells me all the time, like, hey, Lo, such and such is gonna be there, or such and such. And I'm like, yo, I don't know who none of these guys are. You know what I'm saying? But that's because I'm in a different realm now, and so I understand that. But I'm telling you, bro, like, I mean, when the time like Lecrae and them was popping, like I was front row. I was a fan,
Really?
and I was always cheering these guys on, and I was almost known as a fan, as popular as a fan as I was as an artist.
Yeah.
Like people just used to know my face. I used to jump on stage, all that stuff. So yeah, I did start off as a Christian artist. Unfortunately, I didn't really get the ball rolling with that. I was a Rapzilla freshman with John Gears.
Remember that?
Daraj, Surge, you know, those guys or whatnot. And so that was in my class. I think Reconcile, maybe Corey Paul. We had a good little class. I tell people all the time, it's the 96 draft, the NBA draft, or the 2002 draft. I feel like it was a good class. I don't know. There may be better classes than that, but
that's funny.
But yeah, that was the last that I heard.
That's very dope. Yeah, I did not know any of that. So
when I was younger, I would say, like, you know how we all go through this identity crisis type thing when we're younger?
That's good.
Yeah, kind of. Like you don't want to be like
friends, indie friends.
Oh, okay.
So
do wonders like AI anomalies.
I know that, right? Saga, who was
rap on the same beats. You're definitely more lyrical. So like you're not.
I actually knew a guy in Miami that he was going to the same.
And I tweeted like last week that someday I'm gonna have a song with him. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen.